Hello everybody. Today we're going to be talking about our LG 26 notes. We're going to be talking about our trigonometric cofunctions. So I'm going to have you use either your trig table or your calculator, as long as your calculator is set to degree mode, to find the following. So if I put in the cosine of 20 and I round to the nearest 10,000, I end up with 0.9397. Now if I put in sine of 70, I end up with the same number, 0.9397. Now pause the video for a moment so you can find the cosine of 54, the sine of 36, the cosine of 87, and the sine of 3. Now that you have found all of those answers, we are looking at the relationship between the cosine of 20 and the sine of 70, cosine of 54 and sine of 36. And we're noticing that an awful lot of values are staying the same. So we're noticing that if we have 20 plus 70, we end up with 90. 54 plus 36 also gives us 90. 87 plus 3 also gives us 90. All of these angles are complementary. So I'm looking at this pattern and I'm finding that I have all of these sorts of relationships where my complementary angles, when I use my cofunctions, so my sine of x is equal to the cosine of 90 minus x, and vice versa. That makes these relationships cofunctions. And this relationship is really an easy one to look at. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at these two triangles here. And we're going to first look at our reference angle of 67 degrees. So if I use a reference angle of 67 degrees, my opposite side is my x, my hypotenuse is my z, my cosine is my y, my hypotenuse again is z. Now when I look over at my other triangle here and I use 23 as my reference angle, I notice that my adjacent is my x over z and my opposite is my y over z. Well, now if I look at the relationship between 67 and 23 degrees, their sum is 90 degrees. So this is really 67 and this is really 23. So I'm looking at the relationship, right? The sine of the 67 is the same as the cosine of 23, and the cosine of 67 is the same as the sine of 23. So we have this fantastic relationship where then it would be very easy for us to solve these relationships. So since I know that my angles are complementary, I will take 90, take away 42, and I get 48 degrees. And you can put that in your calculator to verify. Please solve letter B. Number 4. Again, I know that they're equal, so I know that my angles right here must be cofunctions. They must be complementary angles. So that means that x minus 5 plus 35 has to be 90 degrees. So I have x plus 30 equals 90, so my x value must be 60. So when I plug this in, I have that the sine, the sine of 55 is equal to the cosine of 35. And I can put that in my calculator and I can verify. You can now solve for letter B. I'd like you to try to finish all of the rest of the problems on your own, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you very much.